Goldylocks Productions broadcasts universal cosmic frequencies that unlock, awaken, and expand the consciousness of our worldwide viewers and listeners.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Enjoy the Goldylocks Productions presentation of the In the Psychic Flow Show with Carolan Carey.
Good evening, everyone. Wonderful to see you. Thank you for joining us tonight in the Psychic Flow. We have a special evening planned for you. As usual, we have a great guest I'm going to talk about in a moment. I just wanted to remind you, if you're listening, my website is carolancarey.com, CarolanCarey. So you can look up my website and get in contact with me. And I hope that you will consider me your spirit connection. Be delighted to work with your departed loved ones. There. So I said that. We have a very special guest. Oh, one more thing before I bring Joanne. Psychic Joanne Leo is phenomenal. We're going to bring her on one moment. I wanted to remind you, if you're watching YouTube, if you could subscribe, and ring the bell, that would be fabulous. And give us a thumbs up. We love it. And that helps Goldylocks Productions and our ratings for YouTube. Also, if you would like to super chat, that feature is on there. Please don't feel obligated, but if you would like to, you are more than welcome to do that. And also, what else do we have? If we have any super chatters tonight, I will let Joanne do the bulk of the readings tonight, because that's who you're waiting for. And I will give a little message to anybody who super chats tonight. So thank you for joining us. So without further ado, I have the fabulous, phenomenal psychic Joanne Leo. Here she is.
Hello, everybody.
How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing good. How about everybody out there? I'm excited to be on the show tonight and give some good messages.
Oh, I'm sure. We got some regular peoples on, so that's great. We got somebody from South Australia, VB. Hi, V. Thanks for joining us again. Appreciate it. Hi, Richard Riddle. Love to see you here. And we have Sugar Magnolia. Wonderful. So we will have some more. Hi, Jill. How are you? If you have a date of birth of a person of interest, Joanne can help you out with that. She did a stellar job for Valentine's Day. And since we're in the month of St. Patrick's Day, let's see what your luck is going to bring you, because Joanne Leo is the soul reader. So she goes directly to heaven and gets your information, your chart, and tells you exactly what's going on. So if you have any questions as well, if we're a little slow on the readings tonight, I don't think we will be. I think it'll pick up. But if you have a question, don't need a reading, but have a question for one of us, feel free to put that in the comments. If Joanne gives you a reading, if you could put some validation in the comments as well, I will read them to her so that she knows she's on the right track. It's always nice to know when you put information out there from spirit or from heaven that people are taking the reading and that they understand the message that you're delivering. So it's always great to have that validation for both of us. So what else can I say? Oh, Joanne. Now, you just did a fabulous YouTube, right? Was that a YouTube video?
Yes, it was.
It was great. And I hope you're going to do more of those. That was about sort of how you work and what you do, your kind of work, and anything else that you want to share with us about that?
Well, I think for the ones that are new to us this evening, and as you know, working in expos, I was a different kind of reader. The name on your birth certificate is how you're registered in heaven, and it is your blueprint, and it is loaded with information. I did several readings today, and I hear this often from everybody saying, "Oh my God, you nailed me." Well, it's only because it's the download from heaven. It's your signature on your soul. It comes with, what are your strengths? What did you come here to learn? What are your connections? And as you know, I do families, and I also do relationship compatibility. But I think the most phenomenal thing is that we all have a mission. And when we can understand what our karmic lessons are, which comes out of your chart, and also your birthday moves. So the predictions like, let's say you got a reading from me 3 weeks ago. I'm going to go back to, that was February. March, your numbers change by your birthday. So there's so many different components to the numerology that I do, as opposed to if you went on the computer and typed in your birth date and that kind of thing. It's going to be generic, just like a generic drug. My readings are totally different, and they're totally a download from heaven. So you won't find that anywhere on a computer or even in a numerology book. So I'm blessed and I'm grateful, and I love helping people. And as you know, I also do life coaching. I love to mentor people on a spiritual path and also to overcome their boo-boos. You know, a lot of times life happens and we get our power short-circuited, or we get our we go through some really tough stuff that sometimes really dings us, and that's my expertise, is to help you through the dings, you know. So I love doing that. I love helping people, and so that's why I'm the soul reader, because I go right to the heart of the soul.
And your readings are tailored, like as you mentioned, it's direct from heaven. They're tailored to that individual and very unique. You will not get this kind of information from anyone else. I can tell you that. I've had Joanne has helped me life coaching, and has helped me with her psychic numerology and a few other things. She's done her, I forgot what you call your tarot cards that you use.
Oh, tarot with the twist. Those are Schuster cards. Nobody reads them anymore. Yeah.
Yes. So it's multifaceted reading, which is very interesting. And so it's unique. So without further ado, how do you feel about doing some readings there, Joanne?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay, let's see what we got. Now, if you're just joining us, if anybody super chats, I see we have one. Hi, Liddell. How are you? Hi, Carol. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm going to let Joanne do the bulk of the readings this evening. And if there's a super chat, I will throw in a message for you. Okay. So it's Joanne tonight. Wonderful to have you with us, Joanne. Thank you so much. Our first person up would be she's spelling her name VB. Now, I don't know what her real name is, but is she V like in VEEBEE? And I don't know if she's going to give me a date of birth or anything, but she does have, what is my spirit guide friend River trying to get my attention? I can't get a clear message through.
Well, what I like to tell people that are either trying to work with their spirit guide or make that connection, first of all, you must always do a prayer for protection, number one. And number two, you only accept what comes from God. That's number two. Number three, if you're trying to make a connection, what I like to tell people was something that was given to me, oh gosh, many years ago, of working with my spirit guide, is ask your question before you go to sleep. And before you wake up in the morning, don't jump out of bed. Take some, nice deep breaths and say, what's my answer to, or ask the question, what's the answer? And a lot of times that works really well because your body's rejuvenated, number one. Number two, you already did your prayer for protection. And number three, you only accept what comes from God. So I don't work with anything other than the white light of God. I know that most of the people that I know, including yourself, work on that heavenly level. So that's the only people I want to be surrounded by.
She V did give me her name. It's Veronica.
Okay.
And she's 4/25/68.
Okay. 4/25/1968. Well, even with the name Veronica, I want to touch on that just a bit, number one. What I love is, Veronica, you got sizzle, you got charisma. But, you got to be really careful, people not dumping their boo-boos on you because you're a vessel. And you have to be very mindful they're sensitive. But you're also strong, but by the same token, too, you can be taken advantage of if you're not careful. What I love about your birth date is that you must follow your gut feeling, or call it mother's intuition, call it that awakening or that quivering, feeling or whatever. When you have not followed that mother's intuition or that gut feeling, you've made your biggest boo-boos because you want to put logic to it. And you can't help that because it's part of your birthday. So you've got to fight that because you're looking to put logic to the spiritual work. And there is absolutely no logic to getting the spiritual answers. Right now, you're in a very unique kind of year. So I would say if you drive, don't speed because you will get caught. Don't drink and drive or do any kind of, even medication that could affect your because you will get a ticket or it's a DUI. And this also signifies when I get this number two, if you have anything to do with contracts, anything to do with legal work, you must dot your I's, cross your T's, and read the fine prints. So that's very, very important. Be careful who you surround yourself with this year. People who either have a substance issue or a drinking problem, because you don't want to be the rehab center. And because of your sweet nature, a lot of times you can get pulled in very easily. Let me help you, and the bottom line is they have to help themselves. So this is all about you finding the balance this summer and making some big decisions. Okay. I feel that there's big decisions to be made. And I really feel like when you get to October, November, and December, it's a lot smoother, a lot happier by the decisions that you make in the first 9 months of the year. So I'll leave you with that and have a good evening.
Great. Let's see. She said, V was from South Australia, so thank you for joining us. What did she just say? I just read. She said it was so true what you were saying. So I just wanted to relay that to you.
That's good.
That. Okay. Yes, she said yes, V, and she said so true. Okay, let me go back up to the top. We have, let's see, the next person asking a question is Jill Sheen. Anything you see. And she's 8/22/63.
Okay, well, right now you're going into a cycle that you better find some real healthy balance here, whether it's a hobby or keeping yourself occupied. I really feel like this is a year for you to work on yourself from the inside out. And what I mean by that is the same old doesn't work. Okay. And so what Spirit says to me here is that you've got to go on, your personal. In fact, I just ran across this in my searching on YouTube last week. There's a lot of programs. I think it's called Good Vibes is the program, where it's with megahertz, where you can actually work from the inside out too on your energy level. Anything like that. And also, I'm a big Zig Ziglar fan. And a lot of times when we go through emotional stuff, not only do we want to be balanced mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, a lot of time it's a checkup from the neck up. Okay, that's Zig Ziglar. And I love him because he's absolutely, truly right. Because if we get stinking thinking, as Zig says, then we get stinking results. Okay, so this is going to be more of an inner reflection time for you, April, May, and June. I would encourage you to do some inner work. And that requires, if you need a mentor or a life coach, I certainly recommend that. Carolan can speak personally on my work, but I would encourage you to do some reinventing or reformulating. Okay, this is a powerful year. If you're going to do it, this is the year to do it.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Jill. Let me see if I have a little message here for you. Thank you for your super sticker. Appreciate you. Just I agree with everything that Joanne said, because this year, 2021, I think you're finally going to find yourself. And I think this is the year that I hate to put it this way, but I feel that there's a lot of burden being let go, and and that's something to deal with as well. But what are you going to do now that you're not the doormat? That's the big question, because you're going to stop being a doormat this year, Joe. And family obligations and this and that, it's all done. Everything is in place right now. There's not much more that you have to do. So when you are finished doing some family obligations this year, which will be soon, I would think, right? You've got your daughter's antics and this and that. This is not going to matter to you, because you're going to develop who you are. So this is the year that I would say, like after May, June, 6 months of this year and going into 2022, you finally found out who you are. So I'm going to leave that message with you, and I give you a lot of hope and strength. And please check in with Psychic Joanne Lear's fabulous life coach. Okay. Hi, Linnell. How you doing? Did I say hello before? Let's see. We have Isabella, and she is January 1979.
January what?
1979.
January 19th?
No, January of 1979. She didn't give me a date.
I have to have the date to figure.
I only have January in the year. That's all. I only have January and the year.
What's her name? Isabella?
Yep. Let me turn my volume down, because I forgot to do that. We were so busy talking about Teddy that I forgot. Here we go. Okay. And let me see what we got here.
Well, I can only do a blip, because I really need the birthday, because that comes out to the achievement number, and I add it to the universal year.
If you want to wait, we'll see if she puts it in, and we'll pick someone else. How's that?
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
So Isabella, get back to us with your full birthday, please. Thank you so much. And she's from the UK. Welcome. We're so glad to have you in the Psychic Flow with us.
We are. Yes.
Yeah, she didn't give me the whole thing. Okay. Kim Smith, Kim Smith, 6470. Sugar Magnolia.
Well, this is this year is really kind of interesting, because as I've said with 2021, it's kind of like buckle up, because things will change on a dime, or we'll need to make some, quick decisions. Nothing's set in stone in a 5 universal year. When we went through 2020, Kim, it was like, oh my goodness, this is like odd. We're dealing with stuff that is really not, in quotes, the norm, so to speak. But in 2021, it's like, okay, things are, we're flying by the seat of our pants almost, I feel. And we have to operate, quick, or make quick decisions. But with you, this year is all about nurturing yourself, making sure that you do your female visits, family responsibility. I feel like there might be something going on. Let's see here. I've got a 1, a 5, and a 6. If there's an older family member, I feel like they need a little extra TLC or some extra care that the family might have to join in and do. Also, too, coming up in April, May, and June, I really feel like there's some either decisions to make, or anything has to do. Well, I feel like it's really decisions, but there's also a part with anything that has to do with paperwork. I see stacked, not a stack, but I see a good portion of papers to go through. So I would recommend that. I think you need to do a little TLC for Kim this year, whether it's going to get a mani-pedi, go to the spa for a massage, really kind of nurture yourself, because I think you being, you keep a lot of your emotions, to yourself, and you got to be careful of that, Kim, because you've got to learn to really speak your truth, because you'll have tummy problems or colon issues, and I would encourage you to not do that and learn to speak in I statements. When that happened, I was embarrassed. When that was said, I was hurt. There's no fight with I. So I want to give you that little tidbit, because I know that this could be where people pull on you more because you are so responsible, or that there's family issues coming up. So I leave you with that, my dear. God bless you.
Thank you so much. That was great, Joanne. I have Anna D with us this evening, and she's a super chat lady tonight. Thank you so much. She is November 8, 1959. Oh, I just want to make a big shout out to Dr. Laura is here. Lauren Love. Thank you so much for joining us. And that was the Boston area ICU doctor and staff there, and techs and nurses. Wanted to thank them for their generous donation to Goldylocks Productions show hosts. Thank you so much. Very thoughtful of you. They paid for March and April for our airtime. So thank you so much. Really a lot of blessings to you. We have Robin McGuire with us tonight. Okay, so let me get back to to Anna. Thank you, Dr. Lauren. Anna. Oh, well, Anna has a message for you too, Joanne. She said, I just wanted to let you know I have your prayer of protection written in gold on my bathroom mirror.
I love it.
Zen room. Thank you so much for that. So she's sharing that.
I love that. I love that.
It's really nice.
Yeah, the prayer for protection is so beautiful. For the ones out there that don't know it, I'm going to do it real quick before I do Anna's reading.
Okay.
The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well.
That's great.
So when you're stressed, or you're facing a big decision, or just starting out your day, I love the idea of all is well, because that really puts the divine spark on anything that may come your way that day. But when you look at a holy picture, or you think of angels or whatever, they all have that white light around them. So that's that beautiful prayer of protection. Okay, Anna, my love, pay attention to your gut feelings. Tune in. It's like tune into that station. And, it's really funny, because here we have back to back. I just did Kim, and you have the same numbers going through this personal year as Kim does. But yours is a little bit, what Spirit gives me is a little bit different, is that you, Anna, are very strong. So really, it's very easy for people to dump on you, or to have you figured out, because all they see you as the Rock of Gibraltar, being really strong, and you can handle anything. And they don't have a clue, you run, still runs deep. You're a very, very sensitive, warm, loving person. But I just don't want, you can't for everybody. And I know that even my work, I pray to God to give you the best I got. But I can't, I can give you the tools. And I think you need to start looking at life, or when you give advice, give them the advice, give them your opinion, take your hands off the dials, because they're going to just keep coming back to the well and drain your batteries. So you need to put a stop to somebody that's really taking advantage of you, and tune into your God-given gift of intuition, and enjoy yourself. I do feel that there's some family members, and this goes along with what I picked up for Kim, that, again, I'm going to say, give your advice, give your opinion, hands off, because you can only do so much. You cannot be taken advantage of, and you need to draw the line. And I leave you with that.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anna. Thank you for your super chat. I just want to say, I know your father passed recently, and I believe your mom passed before him. I have the two of them. This is so funny. And your father is saying to me, I was trying to think of the name of this song, and I can't, but it's a big 40 song. A lot of dancing to that. And I can see how it starts out. And your father has your mother's hand. And it's and he's saying to me, I think it's Jack Dorsey. He's saying, I don't know if it was the Dorsey band that played that, or but in any event, I can hear it. I can't remember the name of it. And it's a very well-known song. I just can't remember the name of it right now. But if you heard it, you would know that your parents are dancing to that. On the other side, and I kind of he also said to me, for you, Anna, he's singing Row, Row, Row Your Boat. So I think that it's like whatever's going on, just just go downstream, just keep going. Okay. So don't let anything stop you. So we got Isabel gave me her birth date. So that's fabulous. Thank you, Isabella. And I forget where she's from, the UK, I think. Let me check back here. Thank you, Anna, for joining us tonight. Thank you for your super sticker. Let me just check. Isabella is from the UK. Okay. Now let me get to her again. She was January. Oh, sorry. She was 12/1/79.
Okay.
Okay. So she must have left a number off.
Okay. Isabella, this is an interesting cycle from a numerologist standpoint. This is an 18-month cycle, okay? And I want to say that it started maybe in September before your last birthday. And it's going to go all the way to March of 2022. Now, what I give this comparison, and Carolan's heard me say this. This is a transformation period. This is a time, it's almost like spring cleaning, but it's a soul thing. And it's people, places, and things. And I like to compare it to the butterfly story. Okay. You think about a caterpillar, and it may be about 5 inches long, and it squeezes down to just like a quarter of an inch and wraps itself in this chrysalis, crawls up the stem, wraps itself in the chrysalis, and God knows how long it takes for that butterfly to emerge, because it takes its own sweet time of what it has to do to become the most beautiful creature coming out of that chrysalis. And that's kind of like a rebirthing for you. Now, when I say people, places, and things, sometimes during this cycle, major changes take place. Some people will move. Some people will change jobs. Sometimes friendships will go through a metamorphosis or a closure of some sort. A lot of different things, but what it is, that it's a God-given cycle for you to really kind of purge and rebirth. If that makes any sense to you, it's a time for clearing out the negative and welcoming the positives and loving yourself through it. And there's, I tell people when they go through this cycle, there's only two things that Jesus really taught through all the books that you can read and all the quotes you can do, and that's love and forgiveness, and it starts with ourselves. We're a work in progress, and nobody's perfect. So bear that in mind, that if we love ourselves and forgive ourselves, it's kind of like growing from the inside out. And that's where I really feel that you're going to be. I know that you're very sensitive. I know that you hold a lot of things inside emotionally. That's not good. But I also know that you have the mark of either the writer, the artist, or something very creative. And I would encourage you to embellish that. And you're smart as a whip. So I think this is a cycle that you're going to find at the end of the cycle that something or several things have transpired that are uplifting and clearing out. So I wish you the very, very, very best.
Very nice. Thank you so much. We got a couple of compliments here. So let me see. VB, who was Veronica, said a very lovely energy in here, and I will definitely come back again. So thank you so much for saying that. Be glad to have you and look forward to seeing you again. Let's see. We also have Jill said, thank you both for the very good advice. And Anna said, thank you, Carolan. That is so comforting. And Anna also says, Joanne, I've been feeling drained lately and came to that conclusion lately. So thank you.
Great.
It's always nice to get that validation, right? So that's great.
Confirmation is the fruit of our labors.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me see if Robin McGuire is on here. She didn't put her birth date on. She just lost her mom. But I was just going to say, Robin, you just lost your mom a few weeks ago. And what I was getting, I don't know who she's with, if she would be with her mom, but I want to say like strawberry or blueberry preserves. I'm seeing like Smuckers, the Smuckers label for jam. I don't know why. So I'm just throwing that out there. This has been a tough one on you, and your accounts were hacked, I understand. I don't have a date of birth for her, Joanne, but I just want to let you know that I feel like mom is, she's sending comfort to you. And I don't know what the jam is, but I also feel she's stretching her toes out. Your mom wants you to know she's stretching her feet out. And I feel like she's fanning herself. She says, they have nice views on this side of, in this dimension. So she's like in a lounge chair with a fan, like one of those palm fans. And she's stretching her feet out and her legs out, and she's fanning herself. And she's having a chat, and this might be with her mom. I just want to let you know she got to the other side, Robin. And there's a beautiful heart-shaped pink quartz she gives, rose quartz that she hands to you, Robin. So God bless. Do you have anything for her, Joanne?
I just know that Robin's, just by her name energy, she was a healer 2 times in a previous. So
here it is, June 1669.
And she comes across as being very sensitive because of the healer that she is. I think the thing is, a lot of times Robin doesn't, so she'll let a lot of things slide or keep things to herself, and that's not really healthy for her when you want to keep your power button on, so to speak. A lot of times people can kind of zap our power because we want to be good people. But I know she's very sensitive, and I know that she can tend to hold things inside that's not good, because I really don't want her to have stomach issues. She just went through a traumatic experience, which is emotional to begin with anyway. But aside from her mom, Robin, the girl that I pick up, is a beautiful soul, but she's very sensitive. Yeah. And she's my mother used to use an expression, she's like bread. You can't live life without bread. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Robin is bread. She's the salt of the earth,
Yeah.
And so I have goose pimples, so my mom's coming through big time here. So she told me to say she's like bread. So I think this is a time for nurturing yourself, Robin. It's a time for you to master the I thing that I talk about, so that you're not holding things aside and you're not cutting everybody a break just to keep the peace. I get it. But you just say, I'm not comfortable talking about that right now, or I'll get back to you when I feel that I'm, can talk about it. Stand up for yourself, honey. Don't let other people, pull your strings. Okay, you're the master here. So I'm going to leave you with that, sweetheart. And God bless you, and my condolences over your mom.
Oh, thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Robin, for joining us tonight. And Robin says, yes, her mom's mom made jam. So that's good. And applesauce. So that was good. So it was a good, that was nice of her to deliver that. I also want to stress, if you are listening and driving in the car and not watching on YouTube, Psychic Joanne Leo's website is Psychic Joanne with 2 N's and an E and Leo like the lion.com. So if you please check her out, she's amazing, as you can see. And this is much love and light to both of you. Isabel said, there was something else Isabel said I wanted to relate. There was something else I wanted to relate to you. Oh, she said, Isabel said to Joanne, thanks so much letting go of toxic things in my life and trying to move on. So that's very good. That was perfect.
Perfect for her.
Also, we have, what else do we have? So I put Joanne's website out to everyone. Goodness gracious is Anita and 41062. And she's a frequent joiner here. Thank you so much for joining us. And I also want to, Richard, if you want a reading, Richard, put your date of birth in the comments, hon. Thank you. I know you hear from me all the time, but maybe you'd like to hear from Joanne Leo, see if she's got anything great coming for you this year. So if you can put that in. Oh, and Dr. Lauren Love, what a beautiful name, right?
Oh, I love it.
Date of birth in here too. So we'll get to her next. Okay, so we have Anita.
Okay, Anita, my love. This is, well, first of all, you just came out of that 18-month hoochie doober that you guys hear me talk about all the time. The metamorphosis, the rebirth, retooling, what's good for me, not good for me, healthy for me, not healthy for me. It's very important that, especially, and this is no reflection on men or whatever, but women are these can-do, let's see, I can cook a meal and I can go, do the career thing, and then I'm birthing babies and changing diapers, and, I got 17 things but Sunday here. And I used to laugh and tell my husband, all you have to do is cut the grass. So I'm like, I'm not ragging on guys, but I'm just saying that Anita's just gone through 18 months of retooling, of up, down, in, out, whatever, with people, places, and things. But we have to kind of celebrate that. I mean, I know when I went through that cycle, I went through a major move, it was emotional, then it was sorting through 20 years of stuff, I mean, we go through different things, sometimes it's friendships, sometimes it's family stuff, I mean, ideally we'd like to be Norman Rockwell, painting, okay, and we get a little disappointed when it doesn't match up the Norman Rockwell painting.
That's very true.
And I'm here to say, and I know Carolan does excellent work. She's my favorite go-to girl, but when things don't match up like that, we take the personal ding. Okay. And Anita, you're strong and you're smart. So right now you're going through this whole new cycle. So I'm saying set some new goals. Okay. To thy own self be true. I want written on your refrigerator. I want it on your bathroom mirror. I want you to thy own self be true and put the rocket fuel in here. Okay. Because this is time for you to get unstuck, stop feeling obligated because you have to say yes when you really want to say no. Okay, so there's a lot of ways to say no. So let me instruct everybody. You can say, not at this time. I'll take a rain check. That's another no. Or an oh, no. So we have to be the masters of our own soul and our destiny. We can't be yes people because we want everybody to like us. We want everybody to think we're just the what do we call it? The cream that rises to the top. Well, that's not always the case. Yeah, the creme de la creme.
Well, we are creme de la creme.
We are the creme de la creme. We are. And so the bottom line is, Anita, take advantage of this new 8-year cycle before you have to go into that 18-month cycle where we will retool ourselves again.
Mhm.
A lot of times it's like rounding out the edges. Sometimes those corners are really tough. They're kind of sharp, like on an edge of a table.
Yeah.
So we got to smooth ourselves out, heart, mind, and soul.
Good job. Let me see. Thank you so much. That was a beautiful reading. Robin says, Joanne, yes, that is me, Joanne. I am very emotional. I miss my mother. She's a healer. And she said, you ladies are great. I am letting people go. Robin is very intuitive, as I think she is the one that brought up charm readings, which I had never heard of. And she's very intuitive about everything she does. She's a tremendous sense of humor. I follow her on Facebook. If you get the chance, please do. She is so funny. She will make your day. She always makes me laugh. So God bless her. Okay, so we have Dr. Lauren Love. Thank you so much for your generosity, dear. Her birth date is February 3, 1972. Nothing specific I have questions about, just general thought, Joanne. Thank you.
Well, what I love about her, number one, is that she's February 3rd. So she's got a lot of sizzle. She's, if she believes in something, she can sell ice to the Eskimos. Okay. But it has to make sense to her. It has to be, she's got to have all the I's dotted and the T's crossed. She's very smart, can be a little rigid, in her convictions, which is okay, but that's a little karmic number in the year that she was born. So it's kind of like be open-minded and say, let me get back to you. Let me think about it. If somebody's trying to tell you what to do against your grain. So, take a deep breath and say, let me think about that. Let me get back to you on that. That dissolves that karmic number. So it's really a great little tool. What's really great, Dr. Love, is that you have just gone through a year and a half of metamorphosis as well. So you're on a brand new cycle, which is exciting. I say, set some new goals. Do a little reflection on people, places, and things that were your, I want to say light bulb, so to speak, or your enlightenment on people, places, and things in this last year and a half. And you might be doing things a little bit differently. I'd say follow your feelings. You're definitely a natural born communicator, very smart. To be told what to do, how to do it, where to do it, or when to do it, and that's okay. And if you really want to be close to Dr. Love or really resonate with her, don't ever lie to her, because she doesn't like liars. So, but this is an excellent time for you to, put rocket fuel in your repertoire and take off, because you have just completed your metamorphosis.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us tonight, Lauren Love. Thank you so much. We also have Richard Riddle's date of birth, and I don't think you've read for him before. It's 9/11/71.
Well, Richard, my little sensitive number here, but also very, and I hope he follows his intuition, because he's got the gift here. If you don't use it, it turns into impatience. So I hope to God he follows his gut feeling, or what he feels about people, places, and things, and follows through. Not everybody that has these master numbers in their chart do the work, but it's also given to them because they've earned it from a past life of doing the work. So, it's just like if you go to the gym and you say, oh, I'm going to work on my arms today, and I'm going to work with 20 pounds of, and 20 reps or whatever. Okay, it's the same thing with intuition. It's, it's that gift that is earned on a soul level, that if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So it's the same thing. So I would recommend him to pay attention. I know he's very sensitive. I know that he bucks up where he stuffs his feelings, holds his feelings inside. There's nothing wrong, Richard, uh, with stating how you feel so people don't take advantage of you. So I know you're sensitive. I know you were a healer in one of your lifetimes, or you were uh, either a spiritual person. You could have been a pastor of some sort, or doing some healing work, either hands-on or some modality of some sort. So that when we reincarnate and we have that in our chart, it makes us more in tune or sensitive, uh, and open up. And I would say, if you haven't looked into vitamins and herbs and stuff like that, I think that's probably something you did before. As far as what's going on for you this year, this is a year of decisions and balance. It's like a giant scale, and you can't let people tilt your scale, you know? So if they're angry, walk away from it, okay? Take a deep breath, walk away from it, and say, I'm sure you'll figure it out. That's what I do to people that want to put up the roadblocks. I'll give them my what I have to say. I'll give them an opinion. And Carolan knows, I mean, I'm a straight shooter, but you also know that as a straight shooter, I give it to you with a little love there too, while you're getting a little kick in the tushy. So, but what I'm trying to tell you is don't let people take advantage of you emotionally. Use your I statements and move forward. But this is a year of balance for you. I get that big scale, and you got to speak up, honey. You cannot keep stuffing, because you've got it three times in your chart. So you have, that's one of your big lessons in this lifetime, is to speak your truth. And you can do it. You can do it with love, darling, too.
Nice job. Thank you, Joanne, for that. That was a great reading for Richard. A couple of comments for you. We have someone else joining us tonight as well for a reading. VB, Veronica said, can anyone else see the light floating around behind Joanne, or is it just a floating piece of fluff? Tiffany, our wonderful producer, said, yes, VB, there are lights and orbs around Joanne, and both Joanne and Carolan. And I'm glad to report that I have minimized my flying little bugs that have been pestering me for a year. So they're down to a minimum now. So it's not them. I thought maybe it was them flying around, but so Veronica says, okay, thanks. I've never seen that before. And I just did some work on opening my third eye yesterday. It must have been successful. So I think you're getting there, V. I think you're getting there. Very successful.
I'll take it. Yeah, thank you.
That's great. And Dr. Lauren Love said, yes, Joanne, big yes for what the information that you gave her. So thank you very much.
Great.
Now, let's see. We have someone else joining us. Deb. I'm going to go with her first name is Deb. And she says, hello, ladies. Any insights? 10/24/55.
Okay. Well, this is, I want you to really have a little bit more fun this year. Well, of course, we all of us didn't have a lot of fun last year.
Right.
But this is a year for you to really kind of shake it up, Deb, and be a little bit easier on yourself. I think you're too hard on yourself, okay? So this is a time for changes, what my spirit guide tells me too is, I don't care what you're doing. You have a little bit of background music. I don't care what it is. It's got to be something that's kind of, fun. I'm into the golden oldies, but find something that, just some background, because I think a lot of times you're too hard on yourself, and that voice in between your ears is too much of a critic, or too hard on yourself, too judgmental. But you're very smart, you're very strong, and you've got a great heart. Okay. So being smart and having a great heart, you got to be a little careful, because people will take advantage of that great heart. Okay. You know, give your wisdom, give your advice. You know, if you haven't birthed them, you're not their mother. You know, so let let's not let people dump their problems, and then you have to figure it out or be the strong one for them, and hopefully they'll find their wings and fly out of the nest. No, they won't. The nest is too comfortable. Okay, so what I'm saying is give give your opinion, hands off. Say, my famous thing, and Carolan's gonna laugh because she's heard me say it a bunch of times. I'll give him my wisdom. I'll give him my advice. I'll give him some I'll give him some support, and then I'll say, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Yep.
Because they have to do it themselves.
Right.
So if you want to bake them cookies and give them cupcakes, you drop them off and you say, I'm sure you'll figure whatever it takes.
Yeah, don't take over anybody else's problems. Right. Richard Riddle said he has been working with his intuition, so thank you for that. Also, let's see. Robin had said Robin gives readings, and she said she has her business on hold because of being hacked, but she's going to keep dancing through this storm, and soon everything will be better. I love you. She is a positive person. She just took a whack here. So, and Deb is laughing out loud. So thank you very much. And I think we have one more here that's squeezing in. My Anita's friend, Deb said, thank you so much. Much love. Tina, 11/15/1958 would love a message. And Anita says, I will listen to Joanne and take care of myself. So,
who said that?
Anita.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
No, I'm sorry. That was Kim, right? As Sugar Magnolia is Kim. Sorry.
Well, Kim that was it. Okay. All right. So Tina, here's another girl with the master number. Sensitive, doesn't like drama, can be intuitive. It's more like putting things aside, because I hope that she's not tending to be a fixer, because if you really think about the Tina part, the T part, okay, let's put a lid on things so that your feelings or where you're coming from, and to keep the peace, because I know that you've got a great heart, compassionate. I always say that what's important, there's nothing wrong with compassion, but it's better to be empathetic, because when you're compassionate, you're pulled into the drama, or you're pulled into the problem, because now you're in charge of the problem. But if you're empathetic, you say, I understand you're going through a tough time. I know that must be really something to make your eyes water, or that's something that you're going to need to weigh out your choices. So being empathetic is that it's like standing back just a smidge, still being supportive, but not getting pulled in with compassion where you are experiencing all the problems. But you need to, there's no logic to intuition either. So a lot of people who are trying to find rhyme and reason for the gut feeling or for the message that's coming to you, whether it's in a dream state or like myself, I'm a sensor, I'm a clairsensor. I sense and it comes out in words. So, but I don't question anymore because God is in charge. Here I'm divinely doing my prayer for protection. So whatever, you might hear, you might sense, you might see, you might feel like Carolan she's does different work than I do. But the end result is that we can both get to the solution of where we need to be the best that we can be to help. That's our mission. But I think the thing is that you, Tina, this year, you're in a, let's see, 6, 8. This is all about your home, work. maybe not work so much, but work on your projects or work on some goals that you may need to reset for yourself. This is a real good time, but you're a natural born leader. You got the power, the share of the universe that says be adventurous, go outside the dots, find some clubs or some hobbies or different things that getting out of the rut, okay? And not letting people pull you into their drama, so to speak, or their be the problem solver, because you're strong and you're a natural born leader. So people see that, and a lot of times it can be almost like a bullseye. It could almost be like a target, say, "Oh, she can handle anything," or "I'll go to her." We're not supposed to be the dumping ground. We're supposed to give wisdom, give an opinion, hands off, be supportive, be a cheerleader from the distance. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Practice that one, Tina, because you're sensitive.
Thank you so much, Joanne. I wanted to point out to our listeners and viewers, that was a great reading. Thank you so much. We have a spiritual message circle this Saturday night at 8 o'clock. And I believe that if you join for the price of a cup of coffee, our Patreon group, so please check out GoldylocksSCT.com, spiritual message circles, and you can join that. You can buy a reading slot and you will get, usually we have about 4 readers at least. So for that price, you will get 4 readings for that 15 minutes or half hour. So you'll get 4 different people's view. So I think that's a worthy investment. So if you'd like to join us, it's this Saturday night, 8 o'clock, join the Patron thing. And you are privy not just to that, but to master classes and our Monday spiritual view show and some other special events. So there we go. So she's put it up on the screen. Thank you, Tiffany, for putting that up. That's a circle of VIP patrons is patreon.com/Goldylocks Productions. So you can check that out. Joanne Leo, one more time. Whoops, something fell over. Sorry. Joanne, psychicjoanneleo.com. Joanne is 2 N's and Leo like the lion. So please check out Joanne's website. She does tarot with a twist, readings from the heart, life coaching. Check it out. It's all on the website there. And it's a very unique reading, and it's a great gift for someone because it is tailored just to them. That's something that you would really, really want to have for yourself. So we got that. Deb said, thank you so much. Anna says, such beautiful wisdom. Oh, and there's your Schuster cards, which are also a part of your readings. Thank you for showing that. Anna D says, such beautiful wisdom in readings tonight. Much appreciated. Love to all. Joanne, we have 2 minutes. Can you give me a 30-second shout out on what's coming up for 2021?
Well, 2021 is a 5 universe year. And 5 is adventure, 5 is action. You have to really be kind of spontaneous. So we're going to have to maybe make decisions quickly. Things are going to come up, and we have to be flexible. I think that's a key word for a 5 universal year. I love because it's high energy. A lot of times, and I think we're really ready to like have a picnic, or go to the movies again. Having reunions. I know in 2020, I had several clients that had to put off their wedding dates and stuff like that. So it's a time for us to get back to celebrating. I think the message from the universal year of 2020, which was a 4, we've all learned that, super hygiene. I mean, I think we all knew about hygiene before, but I think we're all superly aware of, wash your hands, don't cough and sneeze, and, in a particular area. Be mindful of other people. I want to get back to hugging. I'm Italian, so we hug, we kiss, hello, goodbye, and all that kind of stuff. So I look forward to, regrouping to that, and not being. Here's the big thing. What is the opposite of faith?
Fear.
Exactly. If you're in fear, guess where your faith is?
Yeah.
Back burner.
Yeah.
Okay. That's one big message I think we have to learn, is that we cannot be fearful. We have to dig for knowledge, ask, for help, be more mindful, stay informed, don't be a sheep,
Yeah.
Don't get complacent. I think those
you.
are the things that we all learned. And I think we need to, take those forward with us.
Thank you, Joanne. Thanks for sharing that. And there you go. We had a great show. Joanne's wonderful having you with us. PsychicJoanneLeo.com. Don't forget to check it out. Join us next week. I will be doing some mini readings and a little psychic chit chat. So hopefully I will have a St. Patrick's Day kind of reading thing going on. So join us for that. Thank you, Joanne, for being with us again. God bless everyone. Thank you.
This month's broadcasting is sponsored by ICU Dr. Lauren Love, ICU nurses, technicians, and staff in the Boston area hospitals.